Hey, welcome. This is Saturday morning over here on the East Coast of the United States of America. Welcome to this weekly live stream. This live screen, I'll say that again. This live stream is streamed out every Saturday morning on the Eastern Time, USA Eastern Time. And so that should be afternoon, sometime in the afternoon in Europe, and Saturday evening on the furthermost part of the world, which is the East. We consider the East. Okay. And so today I'm going to talk about something that's pretty important, pretty important, which is knowing when the market bottoms. And the only time you're really interested in knowing when the market bottoms is when the market is crashing. Now, I use the word crashing because the almighty Bitcoin has lost shelved quite a few thousands of dollars since the downward trend started. I would say it started some, 4 or 5 days ago. Hi Ranjit, all the way from India. What time is it over there? We're 10 a.m. here. Saturday morning. I know it should be any time from 3 p.m.-ish. No, I think it will be more like 6 p.m. over there. Okay. So I'm going to get right into it because I want to save time towards the end for questions and answers. And a lot is going on. I'm going to move straight into my chart. A lot is going on in the global world right now. Quite a lot, at least, is going on over here in the United States of America. And really, for the stock market to move up or down, or the crypto market in this case, it doesn't take a lot for it to dump. It doesn't take too much for it to run up. And hi CJ, and hi Mulenga, all the way from Zambia. Good to have you. And look at it there. It's 4 p.m. over there. So good evening. No, it's still afternoon. Good afternoon. And I'm really going to focus on Bitcoin because, of course, you all know, if you're into cryptocurrency, that Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency out there and is the granddaddy of all cryptocurrencies. And all the other cryptocurrencies move to the rhythm of Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has been tanking. It really has been tanking. Right now, the price of Bitcoin is at 49,300. Okay, so I'm going to go straight into the charts. And what I have on this chart that looks so colorful is the Fibonacci levels. So the Fibonacci tool, which is a tool that you can find to the left of your trading view screen. So again, I use tradingview.com to chart most of my do most of my charting on there. And so what I'm going to do is we have here the weekly. So just looking at the weekly. The reason why I've left this Fibonacci levels on is because when I drew my levels, so levels being your areas of support and your areas of resistance. Now, if you don't know the meaning of those words, I would say it's time for you to do some learning to go and understand the importance of your support and resistance levels to your trading. In order to be a profitable trader, you're going to need to understand how to trade with your support and resistance levels. Very, very important. So this Fibonacci tool has drawn in levels. And I kind of like the levels when I looked at it on the daily. Right now I'm on the weekly. So the market is tanking, and both you and I would like to know when it's going to stop going down and start going back up. So we want to know when there's going to be a reversal. Why do you want to know when there's going to be a reversal? For me, I'm a long-term Bitcoin holder. So no matter what Bitcoin does, I'm holding my Bitcoin. I've been holding my Bitcoin for quite some time. But that's not the case with my altcoins. So with my altcoins, alt meaning those other cryptocurrency coins out there other than Bitcoin, I tend to trade daily. I tend to day trade with my altcoins, trying to scalp here and there. To analyze your markets is good to start on the higher up time frames. Okay, so we look on the weekly and we see there's been this beautiful uptrend for weeks, starting back in, I would say, October 2020. And just look at this, guys. Generally up. And that's what this yellow line is doing. That's a trend line. So this yellow line, I'm going to go down to my daily. So usually when you're analyzing your charts, you want to start from your higher up. You want to start higher up. So let's come out a bit and move this along. So now we're on a daily. I'm going to extend this. Okay, so this looks much better. We're on our daily charts. And again, we can see all the way from, I started this Fibonacci tool back in January. And we can see with this trend line, a trend line just shows trend. And you can see that the trend has been above the trend line since January, February, March. April comes, and the first half of April, fine, but somewhere about, we can see exactly when it started going down, was April 14, 2021. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days of going down, but it hadn't broken below the trend line. So the beauty of a trend line, as you can see at this point, so I'm going to try and draw some little points. We can see at this point, and at this point, 2 points, quite a few points. Also this point here. We can see that price action came down to the trend line and then bounced up. So that shows you that your trend line is a good line of support. That is not what happened over here. Price action came down to the same trend line where it's been bouncing back up and bouncing back up and bouncing back up. But look what happened on the 18th of April. I don't know, what was that, 4 days ago, 5 days? And it broke down below. Now, if you are a day trader, if you're holding Bitcoin, if you're trading it, this would be the point at which you would exit this trade. Okay, we're still on the daily time frame. So now on the daily, we see on this day, it dropped down. Can you see this red Fibonacci level? I'm going to highlight it. This is the beauty of the Fibonacci levels. Let's draw that. Okay, so I've highlighted. Let me make that a little thicker. There. So the white level coincides with the 7. Let me see. That's the 23% level point on the Fibonacci lines. And what happened at this white point? Price action breaks below the trend line, all right? Okay, so we know we're downward trending. It breaks, it gets to the Fibonacci line. But look at what happens, guys. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. It's hanging out. It's hanging around that Fibonacci line, which is our price level of 56,200. It's hanging out. Now, what most of us wanted to happen at this point was for price action to just head back up, just like it's been doing at the trend line, get to the Fibonacci line, and then boom, bounce back up. But that didn't happen. So now we're moving into what's looking like a more permanent downtrend or a bull market. So after, that was 3-4 days ago, more downward trending action. It's broken through that Fibonacci level, is broken through this Fibonacci level. So we'll draw another one. So it's broken through 2 levels. That's not a good sign, because I mean, the bears are happy if people who profit out of, I'm going to try and get this right, people who profit out of a downward trending market, this is when they make their money. They're sellers, they short sell. For most of us who prefer to go long, it's not too great a sign. But what we're looking for is, right now, is Bitcoin coming down to this level. I'm going to draw another level, or rather I'm going to highlight the Fibonacci level, and we'll make that a nice prominent color, because that is where the question lies right now. Let's make that a nice bright red. Pink. Is Bitcoin going to break below, and what is that price level? Let's see, 47,000. Is it breaking below 47,000? If it does break below 47,000, then the next level it'll be heading for will be the 43,000 level. Good, bad, depends on what side of the market you're on. So this is how I would use the Fibonacci levels, as well as I could draw my own levels. And if I did draw my own levels, right, this point where this arrow is definitely a point where I would draw a level, because I can see that price came down and then went up, and if we move to the left, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles not able to break above it. That's when you begin to know that a level is a strong level, which simply means there are more, there's a lot of trading going on at those price level points. That's really what a level is, a lot of trading. So as soon as price comes down to a certain point, buyers are buying, that pushes the price up, sellers are selling, and that pushes the price down. And it's a question of which outnumbers the other. When the buyers outnumber the sellers, price goes up. And when the sellers outnumber the buyers, down it goes. Watching from Dubai. How are you, Robert? I hear it's very hot over there. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for supporting my channel. I'm hoping that in analyzing, I probably will spend more time really analyzing some of these coins, because I have a Telegram group which I've pinned to the top of the chat box. And in that Telegram group, I do have a lot of, I would say, newbies, also, as well as quite a few seasoned traders. But my Telegram group, for whatever reason, attracts a lot of newcomers to the cryptocurrency market. And one of the questions they always seem to be asking is, should I buy this coin? Should I sell this coin? Obviously, they haven't got a grip on the importance of analysis. Okay, Bitcoin, is Bitcoin still going down? Well, we're going to go down another level. That's how you know whether there's a flip in the market. So I'm going to come out of here and let's go down. I don't know. Let's go to the 15-minute. Let's go all the way down to the 15-minute. Okay. So with this is the 15-minute, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out a bit, so maybe we can see what's going on a little better. Sometimes it's okay. It's not quite what I want, but okay, so not much going on the 15-minute, only because if I were to draw a sub-level, we can see we're in between our white and our pink level. Now, remember I said the pink level, that's the point at which, that's the next level on the Fibonacci levels, and then it's not a good sign if it drops below the pink level. So I'm going to not make that one pink. It's not a good sign. But right now, it's playing around the blue level, which is price level. What's that? 4,800? 48? Yeah, 4,800. So it's 48,700, thereabouts, 48 and a half. So it's playing around it because it's not breaking down below it. It's running up. It's coming down. Using that 48,700 price level as support. It's not dropping down. It did drop down here. Okay. For a while, it didn't drop below it. And when it did drop below it here for how many minutes? I don't know. This is probably about 2 hours. It quickly ran back up into it. So the blue level is a pretty strong level. That's what that means. Pretty strong level. So the question is, this is what we want. We want price action to go down. Let me see if I can make this work. We want price action to go down, and then we want it to bounce up and hopefully through. Let's get out of there. And hopefully through the white level and take us back to where Bitcoin was before the drop. Very important. But we're not sure that that can happen. We're not sure. So this is what I would do for those of you who maybe are trading Bitcoin, you're concerned because, your other altcoins follow the direction of Bitcoin as well. So what I would do is I would set an alarm at this point so that I'm alerted to, or did I say an alarm? I would set an alert. So it will alert you as to when Bitcoin drops, if it does, when it drops below this 48 level. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go even further down. So we're 15 minutes. Let's look at the 5-minute level and let's pull this back up. 5 minutes. What's going on with Bitcoin? Okay. There's just nothing decisive. There is nothing decisive. I just see a lot of movement between the blue and the white level. So between 4,800, I think it was, we said there, 4,800, 48 and a half, and 5,100. We want it back above 5,100. So all I can say is there's still no sign of reversal yet, judging by support and resistance levels only. Now I do have a document I put here, and with this document, I talk about a breakout above the previous resistance on a higher time frame. How to know when the market bottoms. So we're going to go back. We'll know when the market bottoms when we have a breakout above the previous resistance on the higher time frame. So let's go back again. And let's go back again to the higher time frame. So let's go back to daily. The daily is just such a great level, honestly. It's such a great time frame to work on because it gives you a bird's eye view of what's going on, like a general picture. We want price action to go back up from where it is right now, which is just above the blue level, $47,500. We want it to break back above the previous resistance. Previous resistance is the top of, you know what, let's go down to the 4 hours because I want to break that daily candlestick into two parts. I want to get rid of this. I hope this works a bit better. Okay. What we want is we want this price to go up, down, as long as it needs to, so long as it ends up breaking above the white level, this first white level. Once there is that sign that there is a break above the previous white level, and because it's a 4-hour chart, then I would go down to the lower charts and make sure I get a couple of candles closing above the level to confirm that it's not a fake out. A fake out is when it looks like it's breaking above and then it reverses. It happens. It happens quite a few times. So I would go down to the hourly. So this is how you kind of play around with your charts to try and understand what is going on and how you can set up your next move. Knowing how or trying to predict movement, price action is one good way of making sure that you can remain profitable as a day trader. So now we have price action has broken above. Let's see, let me draw another level. By the time I'm done, I'm going to have these lines all over the charts. So I have another blue level, and so I want to see price action move above it. That's what I want to see. We want to see the next few candles, we want to see them move above. Once it's broken above the previous resistance, so this blue line is the top blue line is previous resistance. The next thing we want to see, we want to see it break above the next resistance. Now we can see this is a resistance point because these three candles are kind of not moving above this line, and we can see when we put our lines here, we can see to the left over here that it respects pretty much respects this level over here. Same level, same movement, green to red. Here, green to red. Buyers are buying, they get to this level, sellers take over. Here, buyers are buying, they get to this level, sellers take over. So we know there is a support, in this case, a resistance level right at this point. So we're going to put another level right here. So quite a few levels. So this is why your charts can get a bit messy sometimes, but the whole point is you want your charts to be able to tell you, inform you as to the next move. As much as possible. As much as possible. You see, you always have that element of catalyst. You know, when there's bad news, when there's good news, these candlesticks can move anywhere, and then it can not necessarily follow any of your predictions from your analysis. But all in all things being equal, we want to see that price action move above all the blue levels and to break above the white level. And what is the white level? We go all the way back again on the daily. It's this level here. And that's it. This is how I can figure out that price action has not reversed yet. Price action has not bottomed yet. It hasn't bottomed because we have not seen a breakout above any significant level yet. We've got little breakouts, but then we have reversals. So that doesn't work too well. Little breakouts and then reversals. You know, we're having ups and then we're having them down. We're having up. What we want to see, we want to see this concerted, strong movement upwards, clearing and knocking off previous resistance levels. Then we will know that we're getting back into a bull run or a bull market, if you like. The charts are quite cool, honestly. This is the highest point. Let's see the highest point Bitcoin has ever been. So we're coming all the way back out on the daily again. And then, I mean, I could play with these charts for hours. So this is not too good a sign, all in all. That arrow. Again, we can see price action has peaked below the last blue level. It's just dropped below it right here. That's not good. It's not good for the bulls. It's good for the bears. So that has dropped below our last blue level, and so that tells me we are not yet reversing on Bitcoin. So we don't want to look forward to it, but the next level it could possibly drop to would be, Once it breaks below 4,700, we can but wait and see how far it wants to drop before it reverses. The second thing you'd look out for will be the relative strength index. Now, if you don't know what that is, again, it's just an indicator that shows you when the trend is attempting to reverse. And so that is something you also want to read up on or watch. I have at least a couple of videos on my channel on how to use a relative strength index to determine a reversal in trend. And then volume. Oh my goodness, volume is so important. I'm going to clean these charts out. Let me just take all this out. And I will take questions very soon, but I just want to use all the opportunity I have to show you what you need to be looking out for. So let's add volume. Volume also is just what you will use to confirm any predictions that you make from your analysis. So let's see, if we move over here, I'm going to have a vertical line. I'm going to put it right here. So at this vertical yellow point, the next day price action moved down, but look at the volume. When you look at that volume, that tells you there is selling pressure and it's way above previous levels. So that's not a good sign. From this day with your levels, this candlestick having dropped below resistance, coupled with high selling pressure, then you want to get out of your trade. And then what happened for the next, it looks like a week. Not a good situation. But if we move over, let's put another red yellow line here up to this point. But look at us. So we'd had 1, 2, 3, 4 days of selling pressure, 4 days of red candle bars here, which indicate a high degree of selling pressure. But the very next day, we have a nice green candle bar that's slightly higher than the day before. So that again, you would use that to confirm whatever you're looking at on your other indicators, more so your support and resistance levels. So that's that. I'll clear that screen again. And then the last thing I really want to talk about as far as trying to identify when this market is going to bottom, very important, is relative strength index and volume. So I've talked about volume. So let's go to relative strength index. It is so critical to understand what this indicator can do for your trading. I'm going to pull that up. It's right here. And I'm going to take away the volume for now. Can I leave it? I think I'll leave it for now. And all I want you to see is what's important on the RSI is this bottom level here, which will be your 30 level, and this top dotted white line level, which would be your 70 level. And basically, when the graph indicates that the movement towards the 30 level, that shows a high degree of selling pressure. Sell, sell, sell. And usually what we are seeing happening here, let me see. Let's increase this. Look at what's going on here, guys. We are getting to a bottom because our RSI indicator has come all the way down from 70. I'm gonna draw I like these vertical lines because they help. Yeah. Okay. So the purple line, this is our RSI indicator. And we can see it's come all the way down from close to the 70 mark, 70, down in line with downward price action. The RSI is going down, but when it breaks below the bottom line, then we are technically in oversold territory, meaning that that security has been oversold literally. There's been if you like, too much selling to the point where the price is so attractive to buyers, buyers are going to step in. This is like saying there's a 90% discount on a large screen TV that you were planning to buy at $1,500 and there's 90% off. I mean, what's going to happen? A lot of people are going to want to buy that thing at what, $150, whatever 90% off is compared to $1,500. Everybody will be stepping in. That's what's going on right now. So we're close to Bitcoin reversing, but still no sign of a reversal. And this is basically what you will do. So once this purple line breaks below and then decides to break back up, where's my arrows? When it decides to break back up, then we should begin to see some sign of reversal, which we're all waiting for, and that is it. All we can do is wait and see and keep an eye on Bitcoin. And all in all, I am bullish on Bitcoin. I have been bullish on Bitcoin for quite a while, and I stay bullish. And so it's up to you how you play your trading game. I hope this works for you, and I can take some questions at this point. Let's know what you've been trading. What have you been looking at this past week? Have you had any awesome wins? Any losses? You know what? You actually learn more from your losses. Or let's put it this way. I had technical inconsistencies. Let me know if you're still in the chat. Like this video, like the live stream, guys. That's all I ask from you. It helps me rank way better on YouTube. You're hitting the like button, shows your support for my channel, and it helps in the growth of the channel. So don't forget to like the video. Thank you. Let me know if you're back, because I got disconnected. That must have been at least 3 to 5 minutes. I got disconnected. Let's know if you're back. Say something in the chat so I can know I'm talking to somebody out there. Ella Nzua, you want me to look at Luna? But I gotta know if you're still there, because I lost connectivity for 5 minutes. That's a long time. Okay, I'm gonna look at Luna anyway. Let's see what's going on with Luna, which is a crypto coin. I'll look at Luna and Tether pair. And of course, when you're looking at your coins, trying to do some form of analysis, you always want to look on your daily or weekly. So let's go to the weekly and just get a general idea of what's going on there. Okay. So we've had some nice price movement, which started beginning March, and it moved on to 3 weeks of upward trending movement. Okay, you're there. Thank you. My internet just blew out, and I needed to call one of my technical people to come and help me set it right. So this is Luna, and we've had some nice upward trending movement, but okay, I can see what's going on. 4 weeks. Okay, 4 weeks of downward trending movement, but look at what's going on last week. We had upward trending movement, but we also had a retracement. So when you have these long shadows or these long upper wicks, they're not a good sign, because we don't want the upper wicks. We want lower wicks. Lower wicks are good in a bull. If you're looking to stay bullish, you want the lower wicks, because the lower wicks show that there's been price rejection of the lower levels. So let's go down to the daily and let's zoom it out. Okay. I'm going to draw in some levels because your levels act as your roadmaps. So without your levels, you don't really know whether, what you're looking at is good or bad or ugly or what. So we'll put in some levels. I see another level. This is a nice level right here. I'll tell you why it's nice in a minute. When you draw your levels, you draw from previous historical data, and the price level, drawing, what it does is it draws the horizontal line into the future. And we started drawing it to the left right here, and look what happened. That was 3 weeks later. Price action came down on this big red candle. Came all the way down to the bottom blue level. So it's respected the level drawn 3 weeks prior to the left. It came all the way down, but it bounced back up. So that's a good sign. It bounced right back up. And right now we're trading in this really tight zone. Okay, so what I would do with this is I wouldn't consider going back into this coin. First of all, we don't want this coin dropping below. Okay, let's change this color so I can identify these levels by color. We don't want this level, we don't want price action going below the yellow price level. Once it goes below yellow price level, it has a greater chance of breaking below the lower blue, and then it's going to continue downwards until. But what we want right now, we have this area of consolidation, which is looking good, and we want it to break above the upper blue level. Now it has to break above the upper blue level. It has to break above this level. It has to break above all these resistance levels. So we're going to color our resistance levels different. So we'll say our resistance levels are, let's call our resistance levels pink. Okay, so we need price action to break above the ultimate all-time high of Luna, which is $21.80 something cents. We need to see a break. If there is no break above this level, I would not consider going back into this coin, trading this coin. I would go back when I see that break above $21.86. And not only will I need to see the break, so to see the break, if we go down on the lower price levels and come out, okay, let's get rid of this. Okay, this is it. We need to see this nice movement. It's got to go this way. Once it can close, this is a 15-minute, I would like to see at least 2 candlesticks, 3 or 4, because 4 candlesticks would mean there's been an hour's worth of confirmation that it's going to stay above the trend. Just 1 candlestick going above the trend. I mean, the fewer candlesticks that you go by, the less the certainty that it really is a breakout. We can see breakouts above the blue here. Breakouts at this point. We see another breakout at this point. Okay, so, and we see a really short breakout at this point. Okay, but still what happened is they didn't break above the big pink. So they still ended up coming down. To make sure we're not going to end up coming down, we need to see, it just depends on you. Personally, I would like to see maybe an hour's worth of candlesticks continue its upward trend above this level. And that's it for Luna. Any more questions? Oh, okay. Okay, Robert. Yes, because analysis, Robert says, can't switch off until you finish. Until you finish, stick to your analysis. Analysis is the meat and potatoes of a trader. Without your meat and potatoes, I mean, how much can you really survive on just eating vegetables and drinking water? I mean, you can. It's food, right? But, you know, human beings that we are, we like all the stuff. You know, we need our starches and our proteins, and your analysis is your meat and your potatoes. So without that, then you're not really a strong trader, and you're more likely to register losses than wins. That's the way it works. Okay, any more questions? Yes, Ekene says, asks, is this TradingView chart for free or you pay for subscription monthly? Actually, both situations are the case. They do have free subscription and where you can do some basic charting, and you could decide to pay for the monthly subscription where you can do a lot more. You can open more charts, you can set more alerts, you know, you can do more of everything. But if you're a beginner, you really don't need to pay. Just stick with the free charting. It does most of what you need. Most of what you need. Okay. Check on BNB and KIG. Oh, that's a lot to check on. Okay, you know what, Robert? I'm actually in BNB, so I'm going to check on BNB as well and see what's going on with my BNB. Oh, this is the 15 minutes. So of course we want to move up to the, let's go to the daily. See what's going on the daily. Here we have BNB. It's looking good as far as, you know, it's looking healthy. When you have price action doing this constant upward trend, as much as, I need to increase that, as much as, you know, we traders, we like to see this upward trend, it can't be sustained. It's a bit like trying to breathe in and never breathe out. You can breathe in for so long, and after a while you have to breathe out. Well, when the stock market or when any security retraces, it's healthy. It needs to do that if for it to sustain further upward movement. The only thing is we don't want it retracing too much, because when it retraces too much, it becomes a clear-cut reversal, and then it's easy to lose all of your investment that way. But what's going on is we have a retracement, and we have another we have a retracement, and then we have a bounce. I like to use this zigzag indicator. We have a retracement, then we have a bounce, then we have another, if I can keep it going, a retracement and a bounce, another retracement. What we want is this bounce. This is what is, that's what we want for BNB to do. So one of the if you were to need only one attribute to be a successful trader, does anybody know what that attribute is? That human attribute that we need the most to be successful at trading is patience. If you don't have patience, it's easy to, you know, jump out of your trades prematurely, and then the moment you jump out, then you see this nice upward movement. And what we want to see with BNB again is we want to see it break above its all-time high. This is the all-time high of BNB. It went to 600. What was that? Actually, it actually went to 600 plus by the wick. It went to 633. Ooh, 633, but it didn't close at 633, so it came back again. So the all-time high would be considered as about 600. So if you're planning to get into BNB, you don't want to get in until it breaks this first pink level, which is 596. Again, when it does break 596, you go down to your smaller time frames and you want to see a few candlesticks. I mean, if you're a super conservative trader, then you want to see, okay, let me go back. Then you want to see you want to see a couple of candlesticks close on the higher time frames. That means you want it to close you want it to stay above the breakout point for 2 days. You may not just lose out on a lot of opportunities to make more profit, but I usually won't wait as a day trader. Now, if I was a swing trader, if I was going in over the long term, then yes, I could decide to wait for 2 days maybe. But as a day trader, I want to look on my lower time frames. Let me go to 15 minutes. And let's get rid of this. Yeah. So I really need to see price break above 529. You can see these top points. You can see these top points, and that's how you know there's a level there. There's a reversal that goes on here, a reversal here, a reversal here. So initially we need to see that break above 529, $530. We need to see BNB go back to 530. So hurry on, BNB. Right now it's been playing around the $500 mark. Right now it's trading at 494. But we need to see action and patience. Patience wins the day. So that's it for BNB. Patience always wins. Any more questions? And actually, I'm getting to the end of my 1 hour live stream. Now, if you want to connect with me more, there's the Telegram link in the chat box right there. It's just a bunch of us traders. We're all like-minded. We're all trying to learn to trade, to hopefully make a living off of day trading. And yeah, so we're in there. We ask questions of each other. The more seasoned traders answer the questions of the noobs. We have quite a few noobs on the Telegram group, but every now and then I will answer questions. I post all my videos there, so you will get access to my videos as soon as I create them. And Randy, please discuss your today's and yesterday's trades. I didn't do much trading yesterday, unfortunately. Because I actually run 3 businesses. So trading is just one of my businesses. And yes, yesterday was not a trading day. So I'm pretty much just holding my positions. I haven't done any notable trades in the last couple of days. That's it. I haven't done any notable trades, but I have been doing a lot of analysis to see whether I want to stay in my positions or if I want to exit my positions. With Doge, I did do a little bit on Doge. Guys, I've been holding Doge for the past like 4 years. So, as you can understand, if I've been holding that since 20, I think I bought that. I didn't buy a lot, to be honest. I bought $54 worth of Doge back in 2017. I actually forgot I had it, and that thing has exceeded $1,000. I was up about $1,500. So really, I mean, I could take my profit at this point, or I could just wait it out, believing that Doge can still improve on, what is it now? 26 cents. When I bought Doge, it wasn't even a penny. It wasn't 1 cent. It had too many zeros after it. So at some point I sold a little bit of Doge. Then I picked it up again at a lower price. And that's really all I've done over the last couple of days. I spent quite a bit of time creating videos, guys. So, okay. And that's it. I hope you've learned a little something today. And if you have, hit that like button. Don't go without hitting that like button. It really helps me rank way better on YouTube. It puts my video out for more and more to see. So it really helps others as well. And I will meet you again, same time, same place, here, Saturday, 10 a.m. live next week. Till then, happy trading.